here. I'm sorry this is a normal video this time around because Facebook is being funny today. I've updated my phone, I've updated the computer, and it still doesn't want to let me do a live. It's acting really weird. Earlier this morning, I was trying to make posts. I had to schedule the posts in order for them to actually post here in the party. But you know what? That is okay. At least we're here. We're going to cook now. I'm going to be making this, the beef and broccoli stir fry. It's probably backwards for you guys because my camera doesn't like to flip things around. So it's probably backwards for you guys. But instead of using beef, I'm going to use chicken. Why am I using chicken? Because I cannot eat red meat, and beef is red meat. So I have some dietary restrictions, and I've wanted food that is good for you, that tastes good. Because I got tired of using things like meat tenderizer, onion, garlic, Italian seasoning. These were my go-to seasonings before I joined Epicure. Now with Epicure, I have so many more options here that I can cook with. Such as the beef and broccoli. Let's see. I'm going to just hold my box over here. Look at this box. Look at this. These are my seasonings. I need to get a shelf. This box is heavy. I have all those packages are the meal sets, like the one we're going to make. And then I have like this garlic aioli that's almost gone. I have a new one that's over here that's not opened yet. I have the CCB, which is actually really good. It smells like sunflowers, but when you use it, you get like a bacony taste with it. Yum. We have our barbecue chicken and rib mix, where you can just sprinkle it on your meat, and it's wonderful. It's got a wonderful smoky barbecue flavor. Tons more seasonings. We also have like the 3 onion. I love using the 3 onion. Then we have like the lemon dilly, which I used in the tuna salad that I posted the other day. So we have tons of seasonings. Tons. That's just a few of what I have in the box. But I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go over there. I'm going to pause this and then grab a pan, and we'll be back at the stove. And then, of course, I'm going to get the broccoli and the asparagus and the rice and the stuff that we're going to make. So, a yummy dinner coming up. Okay, now for our dinner tonight. This is our dinner. I've got broccoli that's here in a bag. So I'm glad I got these bags because then I can actually put my garbage in them. So we'll do that. And then I got my chicken over here on the side. You can barely see it. I'm going to grab a knife from over here, which is on the other side. My knife. Big fancy knife. This is our steamer pot. I'll go into that in a few minutes. This is the lid for it. Instead of soy sauce, I'm going to use teriyaki sauce. This is just generic Kroger brand. You can use whatever one you want. If you like name brand stuff, use the name brand stuff. But I'm going to start by cutting up half of an onion, if I can find my, there you go. Get into there. And then I got my asparagus and broccoli. I'm just going to stick them right there. My pan is right here. So we're going to start with an onion. And this right here is more broccoli if I feel like I need it. Because I love broccoli. You can put whatever vegetables you want in it. Instead of that knife, I'm going to use for the chicken. That's why I grabbed out this one. Just a generic knife. And we're just going to slice up our onion. And I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet if I want to keep them in strips or make it diced. I'm thinking I might go diced because then I can actually somewhat hide it because my family isn't a big onion. So I'm just going to carefully, I'm going through my fingers. I'm not actually going that way. I don't got the best knife skills. I'll be the first to admit that one. So there's our slice. Now I'm going to turn the onion instead of the knife or the cutting board, and we're just going to slice it up. So this half of the onion is going to go in the pot. And we're not going to start the pot until after we get our chicken in there, good and in there. So, we're starting with our onions. So onions and chicken are the only thing going in the pot. So now this onion I'm going to stick over here off on the side, and we will come back to it later. So let's start with cutting up our chicken. Get the chicken done first. I'm kind of finicky. I don't like this long piece on the tenderloins, so I cut those off. And then I'm just going to cut it into chunks. Like little bite-sized chunks, about that size. So, good-sized chunks. And then we're just going to go ahead and throw it into the pan as well as we're cutting it. That way it's in the pan and ready. We will get to our seasoning after we are done cutting up our chicken. So, cutting up the chicken is always the funnest part. Not really. Only really fun if you like touching raw meat. I don't seem to care too much for it myself. So, I just wish Facebook Live was going, because then I could actually talk with you guys. But you know what? This is okay. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm always willing to come back and answer them. And I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. And when they're big and long like this, I'll cut them in half. So, I want quite a bit of chicken. So we're just going to cut up our chicken and put it in the pan. So I'm just going to continue cutting up the chicken, and I will be back when I'm ready to work on the vegetables and explain how we're going to use the seasoning pack. Okay, so now we're back. I've got the chicken cut up. I have rice right here. So we're going to put our vegetables right here up out of the way. We're going to grab our steamer bowl, or steamer pot. These steamer pots are great to go in the oven as well as the microwave. Oven up to about 485 degrees. Sorry, my glasses are falling down. And the microwave, it just doesn't matter. Well, I can't say it doesn't matter. The microwave, you can put it in and you can put it on for however long you want. Wow, I'm having my head pressure. Okay, so our steamer pot, we're going to put the rice in the bottom. So 1 cup, we'll put about 2 cups of water on top of it. I use 2 types of rice. I use white and brown rice. So we're going to do that on bottom. And then we're going to put the trivet in. And it's going to go right on top. And then that's where our vegetables are going to go. Our broccoli and our asparagus. So I'll put the trivet right there for now. I'm going to measure out our rice first in our prep bowls. Our prep bowls do have lids. I will go into these a little bit further in detail in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn my chicken on. Right now it's just the chicken and onions. But the prep bowls are measuring cups as well. I'm not sure if you can see. It's got the measuring ounces. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of the brown rice. So, brown rice. Well, that's about a 1/2 cup, but that's okay. That'll work. And then the rest is pretty much going to be the white rice. I'm going to go with 1 cup of white rice. And then I'm going to look at it and see. I'm going to do at least another 1 cup of white rice and another 1/4 of brown rice. So there's our white rice and another 1/4 of brown. There we go. And so since I did it that way, I'm going to put 4 cups of water in here. I know it's going to seem like a lot, but it's going to steam out of there. So I'm going to use the same measuring cup and come over here to my sink. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I know that looks like a lot, but we got a lot of rice in here. Now I'm going to put my measuring prep bowl, and I'm going to show you something amazing about it. So, and then I'm going to take the lid. Want to see what's amazing? Look at this. No drippage, no spillage, and I'll show you. I do have water in there. It's on its side. No dripping, no spillage. These prep bowls are great as a measuring cup, as storage containers and also as individual servings. So they're a multiple use, which is absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and I'm gonna get my spatula. Okay, our chicken is starting to cook nicely. I'll let that do its thing. Our rice, I'm gonna take a little bit of our garlic aioli with our measuring spoon. I'm gonna figure out where I put it because I know I just had it out. There you go. With our measuring spoon. This is a multi-purpose measuring spoon. It's got a flat leveler on top. You see it's flat. 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, half teaspoon. Perfect for measuring almost anything actually. And if you're baking, it makes a great leveler. So I have just about half a tablespoon of the garlic aioli left in this jar. I'm just going to go like this. And then I'm going to use this and stir in that flavoring into the rice to give that rice just a little bit of flavoring. Now I'm going to put the rice in the microwave, and this jar, I like to keep jars, so I'm going to end up keeping that jar. So now I'm going to put the trivet on in, and you see it's just perfect. Now I'm going to move this to the side, and then I'm going to cut up some broccoli and asparagus. As I drop that chunk of broccoli on the floor, let's wash it off. So I like to do just the flowerets, so I'm going to make sure I get just the flowerets. And I'm just going to put the broccoli in the prep bowl. So I'm doing about this big, and it's just going to go in the prep bowl. And I always pre-wash my broccoli in that when I put them in the fridge, so I'm not as concerned or worried about it. So there's that. Let's go ahead and take a minute, move our rice so it's not in my way, and let's stir our chicken. Don't worry about the chicken not having any flavor, because when you put the seasoning pack on it, it's going to pick up the flavor. And I think with this head of broccoli, it's going to be just the perfect amount. Maybe a little bit too much. There's no such thing as too much broccoli, is there? I don't think so. So, about that size for your broccoli, just perfect. And then your asparagus, of course, you're just going to chop it up and then put it on top. Of course, I don't use from about the bottom of the band down because, ew. And then you can put that in a cup with some water and start growing your asparagus from scratch, which I like to do sometimes as well. So a little bit more broccoli. So now I'm going to pull up our package here, and this is where it starts getting good, because you have directions right here, nutritional facts, and ingredients. So for our directions, it says stir seasoning with 3/4 cup water and 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce set aside. Preheat your wok. I'm not using a wok, but that is okay. So I'm going to get a separate bowl right here. We will come back to that. We're going to go ahead and turn our chicken down. And then to open this, I'm going to use my Epicure scissors, which are extremely sharp. And I'm just going to cut it open. We're coming back to our measuring spoon because it says to use 2 tablespoons of this. Ooh, it smells amazing. So there's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and while I'm at this, even though it doesn't say to do it, let's go ahead and put some on our chicken. Make it fun and delicious. Okay, now it says to use soy sauce, but instead of soy sauce, I am actually going to use the teriyaki. So we're going to get our teriyaki, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of this in there. Oh, stir in the seasoning. Okay, so it's the whole packet of seasoning. I'm reading that wrong. It's 2 tablespoons of this. Sorry. That one is actually my bad. So now we're going to get our teriyaki. because I'm using teriyaki. We're going to put that in there. There's one. And you can use low sodium as well. There's two. Now we need our 3/4 cup of water. So there again, we're using our prep bowl. We're going to get 3/4 cup of water because it is marked off on the bowl, so I know exactly how much it is. And then we're going to go ahead and pour that in there. So now we have that going. When you go to cook it, it's going to thicken up, and you see it's got the bell peppers and the green peppers and the onions and everything in it. So we're going to just set that right here to the side. Our chicken is cooking. I'm going to do a little bit more broccoli and cut up the asparagus, and then put them in the microwave. Okay, I think that should be about good for the broccoli. And you see, there's the broccoli. There's quite a bit in there. And then I'm going to put this one off to the side. Now, when it comes to the asparagus, I like to flatten it out. And then in comes my big fancy knife again, because it's asparagus. I'm going to cut the bottoms off very carefully and avoid my fingers. And we're going to put this on a garbage plate, because I have a garbage plate right here. And then we're going to do little by little. And then we're just going to cut the tops and the middle and the ends. And then I don't like the way those three look, so then this is just going to get added to here. And that's what I'm going to do. And then it's going to go in the microwave for about 15 to 18 minutes. And it's going to get cooked tender with the rice. And I got to do a little bit extra time on the microwave because I have the brown rice in there. Brown rice takes a little bit longer than normal rice. And so we're going to have asparagus with broccoli and onions and green. Why do I keep wanting to say green beans? I'm not doing green beans tonight. And we'll do a few more of the asparagus. We're probably not going to do all the asparagus. Just enough to cook it and make it delicious. So we got asparagus with broccoli here in our steamer pot. And then I'm just going to put the lid on it. And it's going to go in the microwave. It's not sitting flat. There we go. Now it's sitting flat. And it's got the vent holes, so it's going to cook perfectly. So I'm going to pause you and put this in the microwave and stir our chicken, and then I will be back. Okay, now I'm back, and I'm going to concentrate on cooking up the chicken. Stir the chicken, and that flavoring smells amazing. I'm not going to do the oil that it says to do, because it says to oil your pan. I don't think you really need to oil your pan. That's just me personally. So I've got the rice and the vegetables in the steamer pot in the microwave. They're cooking for 18 minutes, and then I will check both the vegetables and the broccoli and the asparagus. And then once that is done, I will combine everything together. Once the chicken's fully cooked, I will add the sauce, and then I will add the vegetables to the pan here, and then that'll be dinner. That simple, that easy. Once it is done, I will take a picture and post it. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask. I actually love cooking. I love that Epicure makes it as simple and easy. Unless you're trying to explain things and you get tongue-tied like I do. Because I know I get tongue-tied quite often, quite easily. So, and then I have this onion right here that I need to cut up. That's why I put a new cutting board down here. Because the other one I put chicken on, and I just flipped it to cut the vegetables. The little cheats that you do in the kitchen. And yes, I will wash my counters because then I'll have the chicken on it from the other side of the cutting board. But we're all good. But Epicure is that simple and that easy to cook with. Yeah. If you have questions, feel free to ask. And thank you for watching. I will post a finished update when it's done. You know what? I decided while this is cooking, while that's cooking, I'm going to move you over just a little bit, just like that, so you can see me. And I'm going to show you some of the amazing things I have in the box. I've already showed you the CCB. The CCB, it smells like sunflower seeds. It tastes like bacon. It is absolutely amazing. If you like to doctor up desserts, we have our summer berry blend. This actually does have sugar in it, and strawberries and raspberries and other dried fruit. It is delicious. This is my brand new bottle of the garlic aioli. It is great for making dressings or sprinkling on your meat or in the rice, as you saw me do. This is the lemon dilly. I like to use it in dressings and like if I'm gonna make something fancy. The barbecue chicken and rib. We got the 3 onion. I love onion. This one's actually half gone. That's how much I love onions. And you saw I use fresh onions as well. And then we have the beef steak seasoning. This one's about 1/4 of the way gone. I like to use it on potatoes and chicken. You don't have to use it as directed, which I absolutely love. That's more lemon dilly. That's how much I like the lemon dilly. This is the guacamole seasoning, which is really great for on eggs and guacamole. This is our fajita seasoning. I'm going to now stir my chicken real quick. It's smelling amazing, actually. Let me go ahead and turn you down just a smidge. So the fajita seasoning, great to use as taco seasoning as well, even though we actually do have taco seasoning. We have the poco picante, which is great to make homemade salsa. It is spicy, so just a heads up. And then we have the Southwest Ranch, which is actually has a kick to it as well, but it still has great flavor. So those are the actual seasonings that I have that we carry. Okay. There's our chicken, just about cooked. So our chicken is just about cooked, and then I'm going to add the flavoring and let that simmer on low. And then we will get the vegetables out, which have 10 minutes left on them. So I have pulled pork chicken that I could have done. Let's put you back right there. We have shepherd's pie. This is going to be, tomorrow's Friday, so Friday's dinner. I use this as a freezer meal example, and it's in the fridge. So shepherd's pie. We have crispy crunchy coating that can work on pork, chicken, or any vegetable of your choice, or meat. Not just vegetable. I have vegetables on the brain. We have beef stroganoff. And then we have southern baked chicken, which is absolutely delicious. It will have a little bit of a spice to it, but it is yum. Then we have the pulled chicken, which I use to make a crock pot meal. You put the chicken in there, you sprinkle this on and cook it low and slow all day long. If you want to make a whole rotisserie chicken, we do have rotisserie chicken. Yum, yum. Okay, and I'm going to stir my chicken again real quick, because I don't want it to burn. My chicken is starting to get some color to it, which is what we want. And then we have the crispy lettuce wrap, where you're making the filling that go in the crispy lettuce. That was delicious as well. We have a pulled pork. That's the chicken crispy coating again. We do have Philly style cheesesteak. I've used chicken to make this, and it is wonderful. Another one we have is the pad thai. I've not tried pad thai before, so this might be another one that I'll go to and try. I haven't tried the tahini power bowl yet either, and I have that right here. So as you see, we have such a wide collective selection. Buttered chicken, you use coconut milk to make it, and it's absolutely delicious. If you like doner or gyros, you can make that. And this is a sheet pan meal, so it goes in the oven. We have enchiladas. I'm going to turn that down a little bit more because our chicken is pretty much done. So we're going to put that on low. And then I'm going to go ahead and add our seasoning. Let's cut those off there. We're going to go ahead and add our mix here. So adding our mix in. Make sure we get it all, scrape it all out. Oh, that smells amazing. Let's see. There's that. And I'm just going to keep it on low. And then you see all those spices and vegetables in there. Yum. So we're going to keep that right there on low. Back to what we were doing. We have our taco seasoning. This is the actual taco seasoning. Make your meat up and put this on like you would a normal taco seasoning. It says with 1 cup of water, and then you just let it cook down. Yum. Perfect for those who like tacos. This one I like doing in the crock pot, like I do the pulled chicken. You put your chicken in the crock pot, put this on your chicken or tenderloin, and just let it cook low and slow all day long, and it is so good. Not for those that have diabetes, though, because this one does contain sugar, because it's a sweet garlic chicken. Then we have classic meatloaf. The other one that's like this that I like is our honey glazed meatballs, but I made that one last night, and it was really delicious. I made it into a meatloaf. And then if you like desserts, we have a wonderful caramel sauce, and then we have delicious brownies. These go great together. You make the caramel sauce and you make the brownies. You make the brownies in the steamer pot that I've got in the microwave, and then you make this in another bowl, and oh my, put this on top of this. Wow. So that is that. Now I'm going to go ahead and stir this a little bit. See, our sauce is thickening up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this even lower and let it do its thing. I can't wait till we put the vegetables in here and then put it on top of our rice. Pretty much dinner is done when the microwave goes ding, and I will post a picture and share with you when it's done.